announced its World Homeless Day, and the need has never been greater for Aotearoa. Jenny May is at Homeground, a facility that provides for those in the greatest of need. Morena, J. May.
Morena ABF, morena kia koutou katoa. I am at the City Mission this morning, and joining me is Helen Robinson, who is the Auckland City Missioner. We were having a quick chat earlier. Homelessness is in all our communities, right? It's just about whether we choose to see it or to acknowledge it. Some of us will avert our eyes, some of us will cross the road, but it is an issue for many of our communities across the country.
Morena, Jenny May, lovely to be here, and lovely welcome you here to Homeground too, to Tāpui Atawhai. Yeah, it's a really interesting thing or dynamic, I think, that happens. So it's helpful to think in 2018 it was declared out of the census that 100,000 people in 2018 were severely housing deprived. So that's a huge amount of people. And so when you kind of understand that, you start to think, gosh, where is that, or who is that, and is that person in front of me? And certainly what I know is that the reality of homelessness is everywhere. So if it is the person on the street, or it's 3 or 4 families living in a house designed for one, or the person or family in a garage that's doing it without electricity or heating or plumbing, the most basic kind of living conditions that are incredibly important for all of us. So today really is a day just to acknowledge the reality of homelessness and to encourage New Zealand, I think, to be the best of who we can be, to be brave, to be generous, to be compassionate, and to be willing, as you say, to literally open your eyes and see what's in front of you.
You talked about 2018 census. What were the numbers back in 2018, and do you expect them to be higher in 2023?
So we're really kind of waiting actually for the data from the 2023 census, but in 2018 it was declared that 100,000 people were severely housing deprived, and really importantly, a half of those women. So one of the issues that we're really conscious of is that the reality of women's homelessness is hidden and silenced. And so one of the really, really important stories today that we're wanting to raise the profile of is to actually say many women are homeless, thousands and thousands of women are homeless, and often, it wouldn't be a surprise to know that women come with children. And so actually what we're talking about is children who are homeless as well, an incredibly important issue.
Also important is to acknowledge the work that is being done within our communities as well. Just like here at Homegrown, we're going to talk about that just after 7 o'clock, around about 7:20 this morning. But it is important to acknowledge what is actually being done.
Absolutely, and we're standing here at Homeground where 80 people are living here at the moment, and it's a really simple kind of. It's not a magic wand. You provide people with good housing that's affordable, and miracles can happen. And that's the privilege of what we see here every day at Homeground. And I know that there are thousands of people throughout our country who are providing good housing, who are providing the appropriate support, and we simply need more. We need more houses for everyone.
Yeah. Speaking about that, I know that Chris Hipkins was here yesterday, made a very brief visit. We could have a change of government over the weekend come Saturday night. In terms of the support, in terms of the help from central government, what would that look like?
So central government, whoever is in government, what we are always in the long term pushing for is a cross-party agreement to actually get everybody together and to say there are thousands of us in New Zealand who don't have a home, people need support, how do we do that? So I think there's a whole range of ways. So we're really asking for a continuation of the support that has existed across back to the national government, the Labour coalition, and then the most recent Labour government. We're also very, very keen to encourage capital injection into facilities. So that means people like us can build or create facilities throughout our country. And I know there are many people who are keen to do it. And then particularly we are really calling on a real policy direction to acknowledge the reality of women, and that women's homelessness is different from men's homelessness, and therefore we need a different response. So we really want to raise that reality of the experience of a woman and being homeless.
Speaking of responses, you've had an amazing response from one person in particular, and I guess this is where, and I know, people are doing it, it's hard for a lot of people within our communities at the moment, but this is one way that potentially you could help, but you had one person who has been incredibly generous.
We have an extraordinary donor, and the mission is built on the generosity of Auckland and actually of New Zealand, who said that they will match dollar for dollar up to $50,000 in a matching campaign. So there is an ability here between now and Sunday if anyone in New Zealand would like to donate and be part of that matching campaign, so that would mean a person's dollar actually is worth $2. And you can do that by going to our website, or we have a text facility, so just text HOME to 4499.
Beautiful. Again, 4499?
4499, text HOME, HOME, 4499.
Beautiful. I'm going to stay here until just after 7 o'clock. Now I'm going upstairs.
Yep, we're going to our shared facility on level 9, Te Matatihi, our rooftop, and I think you have the privilege, really, of meeting two of our tenants who are really looking forward to talking with you.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to speaking with them, and also feel privileged at the fact that they are willing to tell their story. So I'll be back just after 7 o'clock.